Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, one and all. Come on in. Making sure I'm set up for you guys, that I'm in the shot. Move my camera back just a little bit there. Happy Tuesday. Come on in. As you are coming in, I'm just checking, making sure my video is showing up in the Facebook group so you guys can hear me, you can see me, all the good things. Okay, got to do that tech check. Okay, so let's see here. Turn off sales format. Okay, so as you're coming in, drop me a comment. Let me know that you can hear me, that you can see me. Welcome to today's training, how to ditch shiny object syndrome and master focus in your coaching business. A very important topic, something I know a lot of coaches struggle with, especially people that are balancing a 9-to-5, a corporate job, and they're trying to build their coaching business. So that's what I want to talk about today. As you're joining me, as you're coming in, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm coming to you guys live from St. Pete, Florida. It's a rainy day this morning. But let me know where you guys are watching from, and I will check and make sure I can see your comments as well. As usual, this is hot seat coaching. I don't want this to be just me speaking at you guys. I want you to be asking me questions and interacting so that you can get the most value out of today's session. So for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Betty Kempa. I'm a business coach for coaches, a marketing strategist, a LinkedIn expert. I am an IPEC graduate and a member of the Forbes Coaches Council, and last but not least, the founder of the Corporate to Six-Figure Coach Academy. My specialty is helping corporate renegades ditch the 9-to-5 and repackage their genius into a six-figure coaching business using my signature methodology, the 5 C's of building a six-figure coaching business. So a little bit about me for those of you who haven't met me yet. As always, if you'd like additional coaching support in your business, check out the link in the copy of this post to apply for a discovery call with me so that I can learn more about the coaching business that you're trying to create, your challenges, your business goals. You'd have the chance to ask me any questions, and we can see if you're a fit for the Corporate to Six-Figure Coach Academy. Okay, so just checking my comments here, seeing who's with me today. Hey, Allison from Germany. Great topic today. Good. I know this is one a lot of people struggle with, so I'm glad you're here for this. Lamia in Atlanta, Georgia. Lamia, let me know if I'm saying your name correctly. Renee is here from Virginia. Hey, Horia is here watching from Abu Dhabi. I love it, and I can't wait to chat with you soon. Okay, so let's get going here. So the question of the day is, do you suffer from shiny object syndrome when it comes to trying to learn how to stand up your coaching business? So drop me a comment to let me know, is there a part of you, and there's all right different degrees of, kind of dealing with shiny object syndrome, but just let me know. Is there a part of you that suffers from shiny object syndrome? Drop it in the comments. What is shiny object syndrome? All right, so, just to kind of give you some examples of this, shiny object syndrome when it comes to building your coaching business, this is waking up each day and not knowing where you should focus in your coaching business. Right? That's shiny object syndrome. You kind of wake up out of bed and it's like, you got this to-do list. It's 2 pages long. I got to do the website. I got to do the lead magnet. I got to build the package. I got to get a client, right? That it's being all over the place like that. Waking up each day all over the place with your focus. Shiny object syndrome is starting one project and then you see a social media post that some guru or business coach is telling you, no, don't do that. Focus on this. Come over here. And then you drop your current project and you completely shift gears, right? That's shiny object syndrome. At the end of the day, shiny object syndrome is equivalent to you don't have a blueprint, right? You're relying on freebies and random social media posts or colleagues to tell you what the next important thing is to focus on your coaching business, right? So, the question is, why do so many of us, and we've all been there, right? There's nobody that's just a robot that we've got horse blinders on. It's tough. We're human beings, right? And we're coaches, so we're curious. We get curious about things. Oh, let me try it like this. Let me try this. But the question is, why do so many coaches suffer from shiny object syndrome? And to me, the number one reason is they do not have a blueprint or a mentor, right? To me, and I'm going to give you some tactics to kind of tackle shiny object syndrome today. But at the end of the day, I just have to say that, right? That is the crux of which, people are suffering from shiny object syndrome, is they don't have a blueprint and they don't have a mentor to rein them in. If you do not have a program or a comprehensive blueprint that you're following, if you don't have a business mentor who's walking you through that blueprint, you will fall into that shiny object syndrome quicksand, because it's human nature, right? Because what will happen is, instead of relying on one map, one blueprint, you're reading a ton of books, you're taking a ton of digital courses, you're downloading freebies, you're listening to podcasts, right? You've got 100 different gurus, experts in your ear telling you what to do next. So it's no wonder, right, that we are all over the place. My recommendation to you guys, just off the cuff, before I even get into the tactical stuff, is pick one trusted business advisor's Kool-Aid and drink that Kool-Aid, and then ignore the rest. The rest of it's noise, right? Pick one person's Kool-Aid, meaning find one business advisor that you trust, get their blueprint, lock into their blueprint, follow their blueprint, right? And ignore the rest. That's a big part of what my clients hire me to do. Right? I've got this blueprint, the 5 C's of building a 6-figure coaching business. I teach it in my Corporate to 6-Figure Coach Academy. My clients come to calls, and if they feel all over the place, right, that's my job, is that I take a look at what are they focusing on, and I make a recommendation based on my own expertise on where they should focus next, right? That is what people hire me to do. But at the end of the day, the harsh truth is that shiny object syndrome is a business killer. It is, right? If you don't get focused with the right blueprint and follow that blueprint, you're kind of left spinning, right? And you don't get traction and wonder why am I not getting anywhere, right? So that's today's topic: how to ditch shiny object syndrome and master focus in your coaching business. I'm going to talk to you guys about the one thing you must do each morning to eliminate shiny object syndrome for good. I'm going to talk about planning, how to plan ahead in your business annually, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, so that you can keep your focus each day. We're going to talk about kind of a cool technique and a free app that will help you tune out the noise and get things done. And I already kind of covered why so many coaches are suffering from shiny object syndrome, and what to do about it. So we talked about the what and the why. Let's talk a little bit more about the how. Okay, just going to check my comments here. Make sure that I'm tracking with you guys. Hey, Heather from North Carolina. Hey, Heather. Great topic. Great. Allison, too many opportunities, don't know where to start, so I don't. Exactly, right? It's analysis by what is it? Analysis paralysis analysis, right? It's like too many things in front of us, right? That's when it's helpful to have a mentor to say, nope, this is what comes next, and a blueprint. Okay, cool. So let's pop in here and get going with the tactics. So the first thing, I got it out of the way to just say to you guys, drink one person's Kool-Aid, follow their blueprint. But, from a tactical standpoint, when you think about where do I need to focus today, what I want you guys to do is start to take a look at the bigger picture, right? So in order to know where do I focus in my coaching business today, you need to start with doing some big picture planning. A great tool for you guys, I swear I should work for them. But a great tool for you guys to do your annual, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily planning, right? Because we have to back all that up: annual goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. I love the full focus planner. And I will drop that into the comments here. So let's see. I just dropped it into the comments, but it's something. Now, I mean, you guys can use whatever you want as far as tools, but I just happen to like the full focus planner. I dropped that link into the comments. So check that out. That is something I send to all of my clients. And it helps you to do everything I'm about to cover with you. So here's what you need to do when, from a big picture standpoint, in order to know where to focus on what you need to work on each day, right? You need to start, work your way backwards. And you guys are coaches, so we do a lot of this with our clients, but you also need to do this with your business, right? So you work your way backwards. Start annually. Where do I want to be in my coaching business in 1 year? Start with the annual goal. I'm talking about the revenue goal. I'm talking about the projects that you want to have completed. How many clients do you want to have? How often are you working, right? What does your schedule look like? I recommend working your way towards, having at least a week off each month, and working with clients 3 days of the week, versus more than that. But you have to get there over time. You have to create that as a goal. So where do I want to be in my business in 1 year? So create that annual goal. Now, based on that annual goal, then we can pull that apart into quarterly goals, right? So based on your annual revenue goal, making this up, I want to be at 100K for the year. How much do you need to pull in each quarter? All right, so now we're going to look at the quarterly financial goal. We're also going to look at your projects. You've got this list of things you want done by the end of the year, this list of projects. Break them apart by quarter, right? Specifically, you guys can look at this upcoming quarter. So you can look at October, November, December as we kind of close out the year here. What are the projects you want to get done for this last upcoming quarter? Now, if you struggle to understand which projects in my coaching business should I be focusing on, right? That is why you need one business mentor and a blueprint, right? That is what my clients hire me to do. Is I'm telling them, you guys, these are the projects you want to pound out this next quarter, right? So if you need help with that, that's when you have to reach out to a mentor. But decide what needs to get done this quarter based on my annual goal, right? Then we're going to take that quarterly goal and back it into monthly goals. So, we can look at the month of September, right? September 7th, but we still got a month left here. Based on your quarterly revenue goal, how much do you want to pull in financially for the month of September? How many clients do you need this month to achieve that goal? Right? Based on how many clients you need, what are the actions you need to take in your coaching business in order to achieve those clients? Right? Is it outreach? Is it content marketing? Is it weekly live videos? Is it a list of warm leads that you're building relationships with? Is it going on more podcasts? Right? So we're backing up all of our goals here into a monthly goal. I do recommend as far as projects, and the Full Focus Planner has a training series, and they recommend this as well. When you look at all the projects you want to get done for the year, for the quarter, for the month, I recommend that you focus on no more than one big project for your coaching business per month. So that would be 3 big projects per quarter. Any more than that is where people start to go into overwhelm. So for example, if you're working on your website, just focus on your website for the month, right? Put on horse blinders to the rest of it. So 1 big project per month, right? Now you have your monthly goal. you can take that, right, your financial goals, your project goals, and work that into your weekly schedule, right? You can take that big project and determine what are the milestones, what are the mini steps within that project I need to complete to get this project done this month, right? And then determine what days and what times you're going to allot to working on that project each week. And of course, I'm going to tell you guys to-do lists are no good. To-do list, right? We need to bake our to-do list into our actual schedule. Don't leave anything on a to-do list. That's where projects go to die, right? So bake time to work on each project directly into the actual schedule you use, right? So like even I use Acuity for my clients to book calls. I will block time on there where I know that I need to work on XYZ project, right? Block the time slot so people cannot schedule meetings over it. Now, once you have that weekly schedule, then we can break it apart day by day. So day by day, every day, I recommend that you select your top 3 priorities to accomplish each day when it comes to standing up your coaching business. These top 3 priorities should align with and they should roll up into your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your quarterly goals, and your annual goals, right? So I'm not willy-nilly kind of picking out of a hat, what are the 3 things I want to get done today? I've backed it up from my year-long plan, my quarterly, my monthly, my weekly, and based on my weekly, right, I can decide what are the top 3 things I must do today, this Tuesday, in order to move me closer to the bigger goal, right, that I created. These goals should roll up. And when you're picking these top 3 things you want to get done each day, you want to ask yourself, if I got these 3 things done, would this move the needle the most in my coaching business? So that's a question to ask yourself. What 3 things can I do today that will move the needle the most in my coaching business? And let's be real, often these are things that feel uncomfortable. Often these are things that maybe feel new or hard, right? So those are usually in the top 3 category, right? You want to ask yourself, what are the top 3 things that I'd get the highest ROI from doing, that I'd feel the most proud, when I put my head on the pillow at night, that I got these 3 things done. If you've read the book, drop me a comment if you've read the book, Eat That Frog. Such a good book, Eat That Frog, or audio. Eat That Frog is about, taking the 3 biggest, ugliest frogs, right? The biggest task that you need to get done, and just knocking them out first before all the little piddly tasks that get in your way and will derail your day. So what are the 3 frogs you need to eat? There is a cool app. Let's see here. I don't have the link because it's an app, but I'll just tell you guys. There's this really cool app. It's called Commit to 3, the number 3. So it's called Commit to 3. So on your mobile device, if you're looking for help focusing each day on your top 3 tasks, download this app, Commit to 3. Every night before you go to bed, type into your app on your phone your Commit to 3, the top 3 things you must get done tomorrow in your coaching business. Now, the cool thing with this app, Commit to 3, and it's Commit to 3, and it's just 3 is like the number, like committing to 3 things. The cool thing is you can get an accountability partner to log into the app with you, so you guys can actually see each other on the app, and you guys can track each other's progress. It's really fun. Every time you get something done, I used to do this with my brother a while back because he's a journalist and has a podcast and his own thing that he does. And, I'm a business coach. I'm doing my thing. So we would both do the Commit to 3 app together. And you know, that was our way of holding ourselves accountable to the top 3 things we wanted to get done. So you get something done, you check it off on the app, and then it's cool because your accountability partner gets a little alert that you got something done, and you guys can kind of track each other's progress that way. So really, I think it's fun. But it's a great way to stay focused on the top 3 things that you must get done each day. And this is really, you know, back to what is the one thing you have to do each morning to eliminate shiny object syndrome for good? Well, you wake up each morning, you've already plugged in the top 3 things you want to get done each day. You made that decision last night, right? So you're going to look at your app and you're going to say, oh, these are the 3 things I have to get done. So before your feet hit the ground and you get out of bed, you're looking at your Commit to 3 app, or however you guys want to track. I don't care if it's a sticky note, but choose those 3 things the night before, review them, right? And then your feet can hit the ground and you can, you know, get to work on those 3 things. Don't leave them as the last 3 things to get done that day. Start with those 3 things. Okay. While we are on the topic of cool apps that I mentioned I'd share, this one isn't just an app. I actually use this next one on my computer. You know, I mentioned I would talk to you guys about the surprising technique that will help you tune out the noise and get things done. So I want to share that with you as well. I just want to make sure I can see your comments here, so that I'm kind of tracking to what you guys are saying as I'm going here. Allison just typed it in. Yep, Commit to 3. That's the name. Thanks for typing that in, Allison. Cool. Okay. Horia says paralysis by analysis. Exactly. Shushanta wanted to know the app name. So yeah, Allison just typed that in. Thanks for typing that in, Allison. All right, cool. So we'll get going here on the last thing I wanted to share with you guys, the surprising technique that will help you tune out the noise and get things done. And this is the Pomodoro technique. I'm going to copy paste this little website into the comments here. Let's see here. Okay. So I typed it into the comments. It's pomofocus.io. And this is something that for me, like I'll just use this on my computer. But the Pomodoro, so drop me a comment if you've heard of the Pomodoro technique before. Drop me a comment, yes or no, if you've heard of the Pomodoro technique before. So this technique, for those of you who aren't familiar, it is a time management method. I'm reading some of this off Wikipedia here, good old Wikipedia. I didn't even know some of this. I was researching it for this training. But the Pomodoro technique, it's a time management method developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. So essentially, it's a timer, and it's going to break your work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. And I think that's a lot of the time when we get overwhelmed and we're all over the place. It's because you know, these things we're working on seem so huge, right? So that's the whole idea with this technique. It's a timer and it has you focused on getting something done for 25 minutes. And then at the end of those 25 minutes, a timer goes off and you get a short break, right? Each interval is known as a Pomodoro. And that, again, I learned this here doing this research, is from the Italian word for tomato, after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that Cirillo used to use as a university student. So little fun background here about this technique and the guy that came up with this. So the original technique has 6 steps. You first decide on the task that has to be done, which you guys already did. The night before, you picked your 3 things you wanted to get done the next day. You typed it into your Commit 3 app. You woke up, you looked at your app. You're like, yep, I need to get this done. So that's step 1 is complete. Decide on the task to get done. Step 2 is set the Pomodoro timer. It's typically for 25 minutes. You can use, I mean, there's a lot of apps with the Pomodoro timer. I'm sure there's apps on your phone as well. But, you know, you can use that website. A link that I just gave you, that's the one I use. You set the timer for 25 minutes. You work on the task, right? No social media, no getting distracted, no emails. Turn off your text alerts, right? I know there's even apps and websites that will block you from looking at other websites or social media, so you can focus. So you can go that, if you want to go that far down the rabbit hole, you can. But usually for me, it's just that Pomodoro timer, 25 minutes. I know I'm committing to working on the task at hand. I may not complete the task in 25 minutes, but I am committing to focusing on it for those 25 minutes. Then the timer will go off, right? In 25 minutes, you're going to end your work when the timer rings and take a short break. And it's typically 5 to 10 minutes, right? You can go get some water, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, whatever. And then you come back, set your timer, and get to work again. That's, and then you just rinse and repeat, right? Until you get your 3 action items done for the day. So try that out. Again, I dropped the link in the comments there. It's a great tool to try out. Hey, Morgan, thanks for joining us today. Okay, so there you have it, guys. How to ditch shiny object syndrome and master focus in your coaching business. Drop a comment below. I want to hear, what is one thing, give me one, that you will do to help you focus and ditch shiny object syndrome after watching this training. What is one thing you will do? Drop it in the comments below based on what you learned today. Again, we talked about drinking one business mentor's Kool-Aid, following their blueprint and tuning out the rest, right? Not following a million different people. Because listen, every business mentor is going to pull you in their own direction. It just is that way, right? We've all got our own methods. So drink one person's Kool-Aid. We talked about that. Number 2, we talked about creating annual, quarterly, monthly, weekly goals that will back into the daily actions you want to take. Number 3, I talked about using tools like the Full Focus Planner, the Commit to 3 app, the Pomodoro technique, right? There are all these really great tools. I'm not saying you have to use all these tools, but try some of this stuff out. So we talked about using those tools to help you focus. And number 4, we talked about choosing the top 3 things you must get done each day, doing that the night before, plugging it into your Commit 3 app, and then each morning before you get out of bed, review that before your feet hit the ground, and then start your work on those things. So drop me a comment and let me know, what is one thing you will do to help you focus and ditch your shiny object syndrome. So Heather's going to try the Pomo Focus. I love it. Heather, let me know how that goes. I'm a fan of using that. Allison, get more specific on my 1-year plan and work backwards. Yes. And Allison and all of you guys, I like to have my 1-year plan, my quarterly plan front and center. That's the cool thing about that Full Focus Planner is they have you actually fill that out in the planner. And I'll even review that sometime, not daily, but weekly. I'll look at my annual plan and I'll just sanity check. Am I working on the projects that will move me towards that annual goal? So I don't just set it and forget it. I review it again and again. Love it, Allison. Lamia, one mentor thing is a go-to for me. Yep. Yeah, it's so important. And as a start, then commit to 3. I love it so much. All right, you guys. So as always, if you are ready to build your 6-figure coaching business, if you're ready to ditch shiny object syndrome for good, right, and follow one blueprint to help you replace your corporate income with a 6-figure coaching business, there is a link to book a discovery call in the comments so we can explore whether you'd be a good fit for the Corporate to 6-Figure Coach Academy. I love speaking with you guys. I love human-to-human interaction, even though I love these lives. I love to hear your voice, see your face, learn more about you and your goals, and talk about how I can help you achieve them. So there's a link to book a call in the copy near this video. All right, guys, keep me updated on how your focus techniques are going. And until next week, I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday and a wonderful week.